about the Parliament House of the Republic of Ghana, and then the Minister of Finance, Yera Kenokorata, the budget statement 2017, who said your money is custom to for the year 2017. And it said because we are buying for MPP Amanyokono, Abba, and we the significant friends saying budget and I say custom to say, in the next 4 years under His Excellency and Akufo-Addo saying and an amemoni by saying and the Assembly budget when a bit me direction focus a bit me who said ye abino na dwene po ene na nenim de ene na ni suade hu etie yate that that's a campaign period ni nyina His Excellency Nanado ene MPP for making major policy indicators ache baby a omde omani ache budget we be me hu say in the last bosumi mienu a omaba abem no nsakra bia bam and assessing NTM. Inti amu akwaba eba Adom TV so ya wazoye eba parliament so ye be kosubia ewa habia ye de bebro before ye be ko into parliament house chambers ya minister de budget mba beto dwanyina wo beti discussion enkomo twetwe ekoso enura nyina na nkofo ye de omo hwekwan so ombeti ewo budget but wo fie no una wo ye most important person ya obeti ma che de onso wo hwekwan so obehu dum so ebe ye major issue ewo mu sikasem to ti obeka Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia waka o si owo say or the 175 questions be Bema, former vice president, on church, and we are going to test him whether Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, vice president, as the head of economic management team, under which finance ministry, and on the budget Ebano, whether San Indiana Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia so or one, Sir Enetia and I saying into Yena Yabakonia, of course, there's one dam, one village, one factory, one district, free SHS near the end budget way. Abeme who direction no any baby a oman no eno oman no policy edecom ano pay me more kwa baby o no na meka wo so wa Adom TV so ye mpanyfo yera apia kubi Andy Asante Achem North MPP Amanyoko no mra hye bedwani o no. This is the first time Ayera and the apia kubi aba parliament but a seasoned politician osan ye mranim ni ana lawyer ni a human rights so there asem na mfa no ho kra se be ye no obi ye yo ebeda die nti be hwe no age obeka ya amena yuton basim odne ho jimu denden dia kapre kra wanye eye case ma o court so ampa waben in the court to be winning case at the mine. Here are Rasmus Barak so ewo Bumkurugu na Kumbungu ewo NDC. Now one is also or your seasoned politician was here there wa broach Oslo Norway and na ohwe ewiase nyina aman omudi ye pa no Nordic countries no eka ho nti de wenya wo mu na wasua ho no and oyes there bi o metena Ghana nye politics keke obeba parliament na ye hyemra no which me decide him the any so no na wenya obi man so no e de aba be ka ho bi nti ene ye tie ye tie nya mpanifo mi ene wo studio ha say e wo Adom TV so live e wo parliament at ne no mo twetwe nkomo ano pay e fra me afia pokua me ne mpanifo mi no mpanifo mama wakwa aba Yankopon Adom yo so boko so de say from a party activist to a member of parliament transition and you change ni bia na account no ana people change na bi na account
they say nothing is static. You know idea about predictable once you know but it's also a test of our courage. As a test of YNGDA because nipa bia no chronkron say there will be moments and Yankopon ebeso wa enti NDC yakuta to me for 8 years Yankopon asoya hwe so Yankopon asoya hwe no wama yenuanom MPP for an opportunity hopefully you better hear what they can do over the next 4 years na we wogidie ewa we shegu say na me ya Adom na ye tenkomu a 2020 ye baba
2020
na me ya Adom
I see and obi we say inshallah ye se Yakopon be madom ayera and the apia ko be mo akwa ban so anope and I make us all a politician, you human rights lawyer. What boy Adom FM ewo kwan bebre so ntie yeso ye ni so kra say wo de mrana onim ni nyina ne wadwuma wa free zone board in trade investment me na there was an aba better parliament e change ni bi na account na because what time MP da na anye yi ama this time change ni ti when you change ni bi ama over parliament
change no na aboy nyina ho ban ni nyina say change na na ni ti e bi e na of course change no ye change nyina na ye a change we dey positive
with a positive change.
Anything such a good day, boy. Now, send your unique icon. The background, or private life, public life, and the Abaha, Ebeboa, send your bear in the house also. The debate in bear enrich with your background, right? The Abaha. Yagimun in himself. I mean, Chadi, Bay man send ya say, Nama, a sin to be Nibihua. I can't want some. I'm on my moon in an until you when it has so many say, Saquia, ye, a bear, a man, a full a bontino, and young for super.
That is honorable. Mr. Mama Kwababio, but I didn't say about Hanamunim that that's a parliament budget 2017 budget. Now, a budget where Obeka is was a wild case causing fear and panic and alarm budget. Budget draw attention. Budget will be a generosity because MPP for Mobano. Musimuna Mukuta magic wand, no. Muna Mobe Sacra, a man. In fact, the Bob Omunian Mendis was a Omunim Free. Omo say economy no in fact NDC for crowns to the dances omo to baby omo the economy jay no na sha dan ko yes aba mu claim say you have the men into obi an budget we so say ene mo men na onyame ewe especially my vice president yen na vice president his excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia Alhaji si obetimi fix it mama sha say feel so there na what budget we might be different because NDC buy they have the men almost yebi but anko si ebia ama mu dey change number nti dey na yes significant to budget we man ti ama ye nyina ya high power ho sa no
you ba you see we have the men we infantry ho esese oni ya gini e hye se team bi bo na hwe bench ni so ni pet bench a e no hu se team no omo potential
sometimes the men to bench so omo nya dey sa
so who say omo bench no en ko betimi a ye adwuma no so a no hu se team no ye sisi ya wo MPP mu a nipa edi animu sisi no omo atiache no bibre betimi adwuma no ase yen edi animu eni ti no hu say MPP ye wadoye going forward no you see now say budget we fear and panic unfortunately me no nya adwene
nya fear and panic
budget we budget of hope
if you have fear and panic nya better expression but I say anxiety will be a person
anxiety probably because the expectation is high for positive change and a budget of hope when you say budget no so ye be no e wo na Kufuado ani so ade so ehu so na Kufuado ani so ade hu no oda na dia mo bia ehu o Ghana ha ni titiri opese odi enyuma ye ba Ghana ha enyuma no opese Ghana fo nya no opese o industrialize Ghana opese odi industries ba Ghana ha one district one factory and this state and the factory no ba eno na be enyuma ye na ba enyuma ye no ba enkofo benyi ska wo botom omnyi ska wo botom a personal income tax accumulation be kosoro na afei aban so nyi sika e de traineeship enti baby a odi na dwia fa no o pese odi agriculture e mainstay of in industrial policy
okay
and enti na chese enye se ye ba be import raw materials but ye be create opportunity ye be ba raw materials afi the industry enti mo say in agriculture sector so be hu massive employment massive revenue returns and enti near the support to industry na afi se ne can cycle na ashase general economy no when him say na Kufuado kra ye to abayi nu expectation enti confidence level nipa war economy mu increase and na year me no
ba ye ya na sa confidence ba ye
confidence na year me no tiwe major investors be na because ya o airport and sana me
and this time na investors bada
and this time investors no move here Cote d'Ivoire and I can tell you maybe an investment promoter as you know
yes so we more
and I miss so investors they don't back Chroma Accra and maybe are relocated to Cote d'Ivoire because we find it a platform bi ho a omo pi say sabre ya omo hu say abano ebe support industry and ne me you can say me ba ha intempa bi ko airport ko sia major investors bi a omo ba me enye me nko mebre amahu sa eba how you deliver omo follow up from Ghana and omo koy and ne omo hu say
I'm aware of that say omo plant key soap ne pen e adwuma they are can
they are bringing back investment into the
almost on dey ba
omo na no be share president omo reassure say
Unilever
for ehun say bo she bi we na nti omo ba enjoy the benefit say uhwe energy no ye time no na ye ton energy 9 cents per kilowatt hour and in terms of energy cost no West Africa sub-region na Ghana number 1 at the time na Ghana comparable even more competitive than even China.
I know year ben no
2007
2007 na more energy crisis muko import SRP strategic reserve plant by my boy under Euro Republic
2007
mo the major energy crisis in muko emergency power generating systems whatever free zones wow free zones and clear mo
2007 now you anticipate energy deficit and inti the not Dr. Rekubo was in anticipation of the deficit so that produced to meet the deficit so that the crisis will not come. And yes, there was crisis. And we catch it for a fact say at the time we near ton energy 9 cents per kilowatt hour. This information is verifiable anytime. Say your ton energy 19 cents per kilowatt hour. They are most uncompetitive in the sub-region. Côte d'Ivoire, omo ye energy 9 cents. Omo fa e no, and yes yakopa enkrofo de. Companies na eba no, particularly industrial companies. They omo hwe major thing here cost elements. Now when you say energy so a major factor in production.
Yeah.
And it is energy price no kwa no. Etimi e mo relocate baby. Na a happy mebre. Uhia Barikalibo e wo kra e wo hai. Omo expansion omo ye no Côte d'Ivoire. So Cargill omo kana omo Ghana ha no. Na hu hia so be Côte d'Ivoire. But omo create another plant in Côte d'Ivoire. Most of our cocoa processing companies almost perform well. Even the flagship company or because of energy crisis. Sabe na Akufo-Addo aban say the most critical area for the economy is the energy sector. And the energy sector is managing such that prices no be competitive again. Don't forget say cost of energy no yeah, there were inbuilt components beer. There were inbuilt components beer. A billion pre-generation cost. Pre-generation costs are no. America. You more than 3 times as much as the cost. And it cost to know out as a result of improper procurement. Back onto consumer. And it be add up to cost. And it where government no ebe procure improperly now or just energy sector. It is not so much about what you bring, but the cost of bringing it is critical. Apart from that, the efficiency of the operation of the equipment and also critical. And so solve problem here. You need to find what the problem is and address it. Ghana, a problem is not deficiency in capacity. It's rather deficiency in the input so that we can produce the energy.
Yeah, honorable, member of hobby, I find sector by sector, and the quantity who said they can weigh a budget of hope. Those are your words. I'm not saying I subscribe to it. I'm going to on a whole house.
Endorse it because that is the situation.
Me new figures, na me who documents. No, it my say era Rasmuba. More find a move free power now. So you are in a better position to tell us the state of the economy. The only America in the net is a corn. In fact, Dr. Baumia Baba cancer even whilst he was a candidate. Mukwamaka oh. I know Casamaka. Maka. The budget I hear come. What's your comment on budget?
Let us say, the Dikai budget Abambia Eba Fibiano as I say, or the Nishisha Ebeto Emma Ubia who said the opposite or the Neoma Echo. Na Yamianim Nukreni. Yenuanom MPP for Emma Ghana for Boshe Bebre Ombese na Adom be nyina enye brofo a menua and yakeka to ho na ehia Ghana for. Ti amaka se mo beti light bill so no. Ene hia me offer participate mo krom ene me ma me participate pom. Driver for mo beti fuel so ama mo ho ato mo. Those are the real issues. And we know that Bosch and Ododo na omuntimi so. And
how do you know that?
Nana Oba President Akufo-Addo Oba State of the Nation's address. Ono ankasa ka say he doesn't have the fiscal space on the next year. And if you don't have the fiscal space,
as of the time,
he doesn't have the fiscal space.
But is it possible?
Don't forget to say, Oma criticize borrowing. Omo say Omo de Omo nye infrastructure. Omo ka say Omo borrow enye infrastructure. Infrastructure because NDC are buying. We have built a solid infrastructure. It will last us for so long that there will be no need for them to do infrastructure in and if you what is the price of the dollar against the cedi?
I said
what is the, because there is even no confidence. Dollar no not cedi no, the cedi is weakening, you know, and clearly no, it shows you say we have difficult times ahead. And so President Akufo-Addo Angasa Kache and say, we know, say, we put in place the building blocks. You see foundation, no. You see infrastructure, move it to Medina so, and you see that, no. But clearly, no, say, in terms of competencies, you would have challenges.
And the foundation then, Nana Akufo-Addo was State of the Nation address. There was no, in fact, I can say, almost fear. I didn't know Mustro say, and this is for good. I didn't know mobile. Their fear has been confirmed. Say, be a foundation, be anyhow.
You see, that is the disingenuity and the dishonesty. Because
the dishonesty on the part of the president.
Because President Akufo-Addo, in the State of the Nation address, paragraph 9. Ono ankasa President Mahama Basso on his good leadership, and all of a sudden we have collapsed the economy. It doesn't make sense.
Good leadership in Chess economy is strong.
No, but good leadership.
Donald Trump, let's say Obama a good leader, but he has criticized him to Obama a waste of money.
But you see, that creates a lot of inconsistencies.
How?
It creates inconsistencies because you haven't been able to underline where Ogase Amamono were Kutani ye.
Or can say why transition near the end of but economy need
I completely, and we from the minority completely disagree. We believe that he has inherited a country that is in one piece militarily. I mean, soldier for. If there was nothing in the kitty, they wouldn't have had that money to pay the military officers. And then, and then also the key issue for us as a country, an issue about jobs. Now, issue about jobs are okay. Youth Employment Agency, and they have frozen 15,000 jobs. As I was a member of the board of the Youth Employment Agency, we had approved, the money is there.
Oh, sir?
The money is there. We handed over 106 million Ghana cedis at Youth Employment Agency.
I see.
Who figures because they were shocked.
I see.
Because other ministries cried.
It means a foundation is wrong.
I mean, we have built a solid foundation. Now, I'm sure I say, excuses to cover up for their ineptitude. Because almost say, you be a tap milk every move, but literally. Now,
but His Excellency Vice President Obusa 175 questions to His Excellency Mr. Arthur, and he couldn't answer even one of them.
175 questions.
It is if they want to cover up for their own ineptitude. I don't know one customer to me use our questions.
175.
Then I'm not $100. No, CD need depreciating all this.
The
someone to me and fix it according to
we fixed Doomso.
Oh.
For the whole of last year. Did you experience Doomso?
Oh yes.
For the whole of last year.
Yes.
It might have been
election period now.
No, it must have been maintenance.
Oh,
but the doom so preso idea. Preso they are basically taking us back because if you are any change in society, and we voted them to better our lives. And to say, within 2 months, you have to pay trouble 3 times. Within 2 months, see $1 no, and the city is falling now. Clearly, something is wrong, and I believe, sir. This budget, it would expose them big time.
Oh, sir?
It would expose them. Within 100 days, we will contract for and we would see from the budget whether they will be able to pay all the contractors. Mostly $1 million per constituency. Yeah. Where are you going to get the money from? And Adebakwa, and the issue of
Adom TV live. Adom TV Honorable Ras Mubarak, and Honorable Andy Apiakubi, and and budget. Whether we a budget of hope, and I said, Honorable Ras Mubarak, and budget will be exposing MPP for big time. Yanko Parliament inside chamber no. Yare Water Regional Minister to change and come Abonte Krani ya community abana ya brefo honum. Water Regional Minister yane ne chiche nkomo ne yamra nyambe to nkomo so Adom TV so.
Yo, Madam Niaba, if you say a name, mammy, and no, Diacono, our Parliament budget, a Totoro, ya, eba, sa, and a yalente. Now, Mesaka, a Regional Minister, Volta Region, Irachable lecture. One crowd, the one this one factory, them so we're free in the Asia. First 100 days in Yamaya, so Kente factory, be a PMO workers, one district, one factory, and the idea of Volta Region. Quite strange. How did it all start? Not only expectation, and what are the challenges? I heard Central Regional Minister Ira Duncan so Casa, no, Sankabeti, Bama regions here to be developing here, no, investors, Bebano, or here's our tax reliefs, Lydia Mawomo, Celebet Miabua, now we're meant to be a developer region. I mean, I'm not doing trail, yes, I am a few West member of Parliament who has a young, so you didn't be in Como. Young Regional Minister Sokane, now if you want to, the one this one fraternity, and say, who know, say proper one, no, said you've been to winter.
Thank you very much.
Honorable Sabin today, the tree don't Papa Bantia, Bafana, Baka Chiglish. Honorable, you TV show recently about 2 days ago. Yeah, now one district, one factory, we're fresh here. I am out for one cacao.
No, you know, our government has a policy. It's in our manifesto of one district, one factory. So any community initiative that falls in line with that government policy, we have to support. So I was invited to cut a sword for the Kente village project of the Gotime people, and I was there and I made a statement that this project falls in line with our policy, and therefore we are committed to supporting them. That was all.
So it's not like the one district, one factory that has started?
No, I cut a sword, so it's going to start, and it falls in line with our policy. So we are committed as a government to support it.
So that it falls in line with the one district, one factory?
Yes, it falls in line. So
we could safely say the first one district, one factory was in your region?
Yes, the sword was cut for the first factory under our policy. It falls in line with our policy, and we are committed to supporting it.
Well, let me ask this. As I was saying, I heard the regional minister of the Central Region saying that he wanted some tax reliefs for investors if you really would be able to develop the region. Do you agree with that? What are some of the challenges in your region? What have you identified, and how do you hope it will fall under the budget that is going to be read this morning?
Yeah, I think that it's important as investors are coming to our region to invest, there should be some incentive to them to be able to decide to locate in Volta region instead of in Accra or Tema. There should be a motivation. So we are expecting that for people who would like to invest, private investors who would like to invest in our parts of the country, there should be some incentive that would motivate them to come.
What are some of the challenges you face? You just came in. I'm sure you have identified a few things that you hope you'll be able to do. I mean, and then expecting that probably will show up in the budget.
Yeah, some of the investors are facing issues with land. and the regional coordinating council is assisting them to address those issues. So land is an issue, and the other one is what we talk about the incentive aspect. Why should they decide to come there? And we are trying to encourage them to come. And government, I believe, is going to provide. We're going to provide the enabling environment for them to invest and to get good returns on their investments.
Are you hoping that 1 million one constituency would be in the budget?
Yes, I'm hoping. I'm hoping to hear something about that.
And what else do you hope to hear?
No, the preparations towards the providing the enabling environment for the one district, one factory, because in my part of the country, the problem we have, number one, is jobs, and so we want to create wealth and create jobs for our young people.
How about free education?
Free education, I'll hear something about free education.
You have some schools there, you think the kids there need free education?
Yes. Money is a problem. Money is a problem. So if education is free, it will give access to many of my people who otherwise would not have had access to education.
The past government, some of them have raised some issues, concerns about some of the things they started doing, hoping that this government will continue. I don't know whether you have some projects in your constituency or your region that probably the past government did that you're hoping that you'll be able to continue.
There are some community day schools that are under construction. Some we have to look at them and see what we can do to make sure they are completed.
Yeah, Nana Siebeda, Volta Regional Minister. So thank you so much. Say, Binti, the tree in your panty, the Brofoki and what I say. One day, one factory in India, Wakata Sodo, no one said they are in Nemu. What do you think about that? Maybe we know them tree now, I'm a central, I'm a full west, Waka, so Wakata Sod, but then Meteso Wakata one district, no one there for us, you know. He had explained who is saying.
The regional minister Canada to me no and Thomas Papa because some projects now you be starting now and then you be who see kasem no kon ne fabai. In this all cut sword now I started. Oh, cut sword that means you've done all the preparatory works. As my cut sword.
Well, I saw them say Omonyo can tell you but the normal
no is it in the budget? That is what we are talking about. Well, fine, any project was such all year, but I don't think it falls in line with what we are going to hear today.
What do you expect to hear? Matisa Masati can want some say His Excellency by Parliament State of the Nation's address. No, a statement to be all year factual, like GDP growth, amount of money as in looking at 43 instead of 46. Yeah, it's also just in line with the 7 billion you're expecting. So I don't know what.
And Ghana for Penema be bread, Ghana for Omo abrochire on person be business e Ghana ene esi tum bi nema nyina ni mayehu because sooner another State of Nation address no I capture enema bebre na yene as minority ka ho asem we expect say eneba nema bebre so especially me who say His Excellency Nana Adom Kufuor ne so Nana State of Nation address no or highlighting most on the economy. I think say Ujanema Bibriwuma we wanted to hear, especially Yesidi na hold net saying as of today.
If economy
good one can want some inflation at Yako forma say interest rate to sober from one can want some. And Yesika Yadia to Abruchura as a Ghana in a bubukra Yokova Yesikano. Yenin himself a costro one can want some. These are certain things that a business environment, no, and Kofu Enya and Nijewum. Because we are watching the cost of